Hi, and Happy New Year. Happy 2019. It truly is the new year. It is, let's see, 2:20 p.m. on January 1st, 2019. It's gray and kind of wet outside, but it's in the mid-40s. Can't complain. I've already prepared, eaten, and cleaned up a ham dinner, and have 2 cheesecakes in the oven on that cool down cycle. So yeah, all is well. I thought I would take the opportunity to do a WIP parade. Not sure how long this is going to take. I have about 3 bins. Not sure what all is in those bins. I know that I had about 20 finishes for 2018, and I had about 28 starts, and that's counting Guardians of Notre Dame as 1 start and 1 finish. So let's move on, I guess. Last night I decided that I was going to start Heaven and Earth Designs, which is a mini Manhattan Wonderland, and the artwork is by Jane Wooster Scott. I'm only going into too much detail on these because these are new. I'm going to try to go through the rest of them kind of fast. But that's the artwork for this, and I did start this as my New Year's Eve start. And as you may remember, I said I'm doing an unofficial stitch along with Mary Rose and Andrea of I Heart Cross Stitch, and Mary Rose's Blitz Stitch Corner, because I never remember to say that. I will try to remember to link things down below. I always forget to do that, and I apologize. I did start this. I got, I don't know, probably 150 stitches in last night, but this really wasn't a piece to be doing on New Year's Eve. But I did, and it looks pretty good. Let me see if I can get that up there for you to see. Now this is 25 count Magic Guide Ada, and this is a 1/1 full cross. Yeah, that's like 4 or 5 different colors: white, light gray, darker gray, and a pink. And it's sky, and hindsight, they say, is always 20/20. I probably should have cut the first row out. This is definitely a picture that could have been cropped, because if you look at that above the skyline of Manhattan, it's very light, and I was finding it very hard to see the threads on this fabric. I mean, it's good that you get older because, hey, there's not much of an alternative, but it really sucks what happens to your body and your eyes and your hearing and just about everything else. Although I can't complain about my hearing. I think it's better than my grandchildren's, but probably because I never listen to loud music plugged into my ears. A benefit of being a different generation. So anyway, this was my new start, my newest new start, and I started it last night. And let's see, I think I have an empty bin. I'm going to try to put things down as I list them. This will give me an opportunity, I guess, to reorganize. So today, for the unofficial stitch along, I am going to start this Inky Coleman Designs cross stitch, which is called Evening Rehearsals. And note, the sky here is a lot darker. I will be able to see the threads much better, I hope. Yeah, I love that. I think it's beautiful. And I look forward to starting that. Again, that'll be Magic Guide 25 count. So, and that'll be my new start today. And let's see, what did I do with it? Put it down in here. Yes. So last night when I had decided that I couldn't really see those threads, I decided I didn't want to stitch anymore because my eyes were kind of tired. So I was watching a movie, and I had been looking through some of my stash, and I came across, I don't know if you'll remember them, but I found a couple of these Disney Dreams Collection little kits. And I have this one, and I have Tigger and Piglet, maybe? Not sure. But anyway, I decided that maybe I would sort floss. Also not an exciting idea. But I did. I just took my hole punch and I punched holes in the cardboard that came in the kit. And then I tried putting the floss out, writing the color, and putting the symbol on the cardboard. And I really don't like these kits, simply because sorting this floss is painful. They don't give you a DMC color comparison. I'm not even sure if it is DMC because they recommend rinsing it to make sure it doesn't bleed. But that's what I did. I don't know exactly when I'm going to start it, but I do want to start it at some point. I do have the needle that came with the kit, and it's just a 5x7, and it's a piece of, I don't know, it doesn't look, actually, let me see. It looks like 18 count Ada. Maybe it's 16, yeah.
I don't know that one.
It's 16 count Ada. Excuse Alexa. She thought I was talking to her. Go back to sleep.
I still didn't get that.
Go back to sleep. Okay, I had to pause because she kept going. I won't even say. Just, you know. Okay. So that was the other thing I did last night, was sort the floss for it's a Disney Thomas Kincaid chart. So I thought that would be kind of fun to start sometime. I'm not sure exactly when I'm going to start that. Now, my whips are helter-skelter. I won't remember when I started them all. I don't have the list in front of me. We're just going to be surprised and go through this. So I hope that you have something to drink, you know, soda, tea, coffee, wine, beer, whatever. Maybe you're stitching. Maybe you're doing something else. I'm just glad you're here with me. And so this is as much for my record as anyone else's. I didn't count, so I am not sure. And I'm probably not going to be sure even after I finish this. I do want to mention that I finished that Guardians of Notre Dame cell. But I have 3 other cells that I started and didn't finish. And these, I think, are from 2017. And the first one that I will talk about is the other Ingleside Imaginarium cell. And I don't have the last sheet, but it's the Birthstone Dragons. Yeah, I kind of fell off the bandwagon with this, although I would still like to finish it. I'm doing it on a piece of rainbow dyed, I don't know if it's Lugana or Joblin. It's an even weave. And got my piece of paper up here. And this is as far as I've gotten with that. January, February, and March. And I have a little bit of gold down here where I started April for some other sale somewhere. I would like to finish this eventually, though, so that's not a give up. It's just been in timeout for over a year. So, Birthstone Dragons. And then I also started about the same time. These were my first sales that I ever did. I really didn't know what these mystery sales were all about. Now this is just a picture of February, but this is the Lakeside Needlecrafts Under the Sea sale from 2017. My problem with this one is I started it And I actually started it on a piece of Weeks Dye Works. I don't know what count linen, and it's kind of a loose linen. And when I started working with the Kreinik, I lost love for this really quick. Not the chart's fault. The designer is great. I think it's beautiful. And I may go back and still finish it, but I don't know. I don't like this linen. I don't know if all Weeks Dye Works is like this or not. This seafoam one, I'm not a fan. But I do love that style. So that's not a give up either. That's a someday when I'm up for the challenge. And then another one that I started that I don't know that I have a picture for was a Sizzling Summer Sale by Tempting Tangles. And let's see if I have a picture. I don't think I ever did get a picture of this. I think I do have all of the parts printed though. Yep, I can't even share it. I didn't get very far with it. Coffee Stitcher did this one, and I think that's what got me interested. But that's about as far as I got. So, yep. Yep. I won't be doing a mystery sale this year. I'm taking a break from them. I did love Guardians of Notre Dame, though, and I'm very glad to have finished that one, but I don't really think they're my thing. Okay, so those are the sales that I didn't finish. Let's go on to what's in my Christmas basket that we've already been looking at. I will be doing the Just Cross Stitch sales. These are monthly sales that go on all year, and they call it, there's a file out there on the JCS Stitch Along Facebook page, and it's got a file that says 2019 ornament choices, and the first choice is Rovaris on page 19, and let's see, I have to cover this. It's this Joy ornament. So I already have that opened up, and I do plan on starting that pretty soon. And then another thing that I started just recently is the Long Winter's Nap, which is another Haid. Yes, I am certifiably crazy. Just get the picture out, show you. I am doing it, whoops, that's the pattern. I'm doing it on 32 count Magic Guide Ada, and there it is, Santa Claus with his feline companion taking a well-earned Long Winter's Nap. And I just started that Christmas Day. And let's see. Okay, and then another piece that I've been working on a lot recently, and I want to show you all of these that I've just been recently working on, is Three Wise Men. And actually it's just called Wise Men, and that's a Custom Crafts Incorporated design by Diane Allaire, and I'm doing that on Magic Guide Ada, and I'm enjoying that. And then of course, you all know, one of my favorites because of the colors is my Nora Corbett Holiday Village Coffee House. The lighting here is very bad. This is better than my last attempt at a WIP Parade, but because of the grayness outside, I'm struggling once again. But that is Coffee House with its horse and carriage. When we get to ones that I haven't shown in recent videos, I'll show you where I stand on them. But I've just been showing, most of these pieces that I'm showing you right now, I've been showing to death because I've worked on most of them for this month. Okay, and another Heaven and Earth design is the artwork by Scott Gustafson, and it's Marching Mice. And as you know, I am only working on Theodore right now, and that's in honor of my husband Ted. So I can't wait to get back to him. I also have a lot of organizing to do because I need to separate my stuff. And then another piece that has seen a lot of show this month is Oh Holy Night by Stony Creek, affectionately nicknamed The Beast. I am enjoying working on this, and it will see more playtime. And then another stitch that I worked on a lot this month was His Name is Jesus. And that is a freebie on Joyful Expressions website, and also one of my favorite stitches. I would like to finish this one this year. It's kind of on my list. And I will show this to you quick, even though you've seen it a few times this month. This is what it looks like. His name is Jesus. And it might look like it's close to being done, but there are still a lot of names that have to go on here. So that's going to take a little bit too. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, ink circles. Gardens of Sumatra. Not gardens, Forest of Sumatra. You might remember that I finished Dragons of Sumatra this year. I will show you where I stand on this one because I haven't worked on this in December. But this is Forest of Sumatra by Ink Circles. And that piece is right here. This is another piece that I hope to get some good time in on. I don't think I'll be able to finish it this year, but that thread, I have been enjoying working on it, and that's what that looks like so far. So this is the companion piece to Dragons of Sumatra, which I finished in November. I think it was November 1st. Okay, let's see. Pull a couple of things out. Okay, so I've gotten down to my Christmas collection bag, which obviously doesn't have all of those charts in it right now. Let's see what I got left in here. Country Cottage Needleworks Forest Snowfall. I do hope to finish this year. I don't have a whole lot left to do on this. It's on 25 count Wedgwood Lugana. And I just have border and snowflakes to do. And then it will be done. I have a lot of stuff around me. I'm sorry. It's a little overwhelming. Okay, and then next, as soon as I find the chart, is Little House Needleworks, Main Street Station. Another piece that I don't have a lot left to do on. Primarily it's snow that I have left. So hopefully I can finish that this year too. isn't really a Christmas piece, but I had brought it out thinking I might get to work on it for December, but I didn't. And that was Letters from Nora, and it's the letter H. And this is a gift from my brother Jack and his wife, who have just built a new house in Texas. But it doesn't really have a set deadline. It's just a housewarming gift. And that's what mine looks like. I did change colors because I used some of my own beads. And yeah, it's a pretty quick stitch when you stitch on it. Oh, and next up is a piece that I started Christmas Eve. I did a lot of starts in December, and that was Dachshund Christmas in honor of my Wally, who has been eating like a pig today. I'm sure he's downstairs waiting to see how much more he can bum out of people. And this is 25 count, easy count. And that's how much I got done in my start. I'm not doing the background on this one. I'm just picking out the dachshund parts. Okay, I'm back. My granddaughter was letting me know that the timer was beeping on my oven, so I had to go get my cheesecakes out and put the other one in. Okay. It's been a productive start to 2019 for me. Okay, the last thing in this Christmas bag is Christmas Eve Couriers, and it's Vixen. I'm really enjoying Vixen. And this is what she looks like. That's on 18 count, I think Lugana or Joblin, not sure, opalescent. That I dyed myself. I've already finished Rudolph, and I have the other deer and the sleigh. So, yeah, I would like to finish Dasher so I can move on to others. Let me put these back in this bag. Okay. Down. Oh, okay. I have 3 Mirabilias that I started as gifts for each of my children. I mean, I will keep them. After I'm gone, they can each have them. My oldest daughter's name is Alexandria. So I started Lady Alexandra on her birthday in 2017. During Mania, because her birthday is in May. So that's what Lady Alexandra looks like. And I'm doing all 3 of these Mirabilias on 28 count, I think, Exotic Orchid. And I can never remember which way this goes. Oh, that's the bottom, I think. That goes like that. And that's how much I have done on Lady Alexandra. I think it looks really good on this Exotic Orchid. So, and I do want to get back to these because I would love to get these done and get them framed. And, yeah. These are kind of important on my WIP list because these are gifts for my children. So it's important to me to get these done. And then for my middle child, Rebecca, she liked Ella. And that's a frog she has in her hand because this is the Frog Princess. And it kind of does fit Rebecca. She was always my tomboy. She's my tougher kind of girl who likes frills. So, and I'm also doing this one on Exotic Orchid. And I don't have as much done on Ella because I think I only worked on her once, and I had to rip out some of her skirt, if I remember correctly, because I messed it up. Light colored thread, what can I say? And I don't know that that's right way up, but that's how much I have done. And I'm not doing skin 1/1. Just not happening. And then last but not least, I have my lavender and lace that I am doing for my son, Michael. And it is Michael, the Archangel. My son started out life in a very difficult way. He was delivered 9 weeks early by emergency cesarean. All of my kids were delivered by cesarean. My oldest daughter was an emergency cesarean, but full term, almost full term. She was 4 weeks early. But Rebecca was on time by cesarean. And then Michael was emergency 9 weeks early. And I was transported by ambulance to Albany Medical Center. And he was in intensive care, pediatric intensive care, for a month before I could bring him home. So, and now he's, 6'3" and works out every day, and he's amazingly well. So I do love all of my children. Anyway, so this is how far I've gotten on Michael. I actually started Michael first during Mania. Actually, I think I started Michael in March of 2017 because Michael's birthday is March 30th. And that's how far I've gotten on Michael. And I do have all kinds of petite treasure braids and cranic. So, yep. Those are the important whips. I just don't want to lose parts. Okay, so moving on. That was one crate down. Let's move to my red, white, and blue bag. What is in here? This is the bag that this is one of the bags that I used one of my Cameo polymer clay buttons as a closure. Okay, this is Patriotic Angel. This is so small, I should be embarrassed that it's not finished. But it's one of those pieces that I just don't get back to. And all I have to do is finish her wings and then finish her. So that's what she looks like. And she's just from an old Leisure Arts book and she was started May 1st, 2017 for Mania. That was the first Mania I ever did. And next in here, oh, well, I can understand why this would be red, white, and blue. This is another fun one. This is my Marvel. This is a full coverage, and it's Marvel, and it's got all of the Marvel superheroes. And I got this one off of an Etsy store. My Stitchland on Etsy. And this is on a different kind of gridded fabric, and I think this is 18 count. And this is what I've got done on this so far. You can see the Hulk there, and the M and the A of Marvel. I'd like to get back to this one too. One thing I do notice is that the gridding is kind of fading out, so I guess I better do it pretty soon or I'm going to lose the grid. And that would not be too cool, because then I might have to spend my time gridding, which I just want to do other things than grid. Let's see what else is in here. I'm not sure why she's in here. She belongs in the Halloween one. I've got a Nora Corbett Gwen. When I first started watching flosstube and doing flosstube, was like the first time that I'd ever heard of Nora Corbett or Lavender and Lace. And I saw her bewitching pixie stuff, and I thought Gwen was kind of pretty because green is my favorite color. And of course her dress is green. So I took some 18 count white Aida and I dyed it myself. And I think this is like the first piece of Aida that I dyed myself. And I had a good time doing it. But that's what Gwen looks like. That's how far I've gotten with her. Yep. I should get back to her too, huh? I think getting these out and putting them away are what takes up the most time. Okay, and then, oh, this is my country garden. This is truly, I should be ashamed of myself because I already had 2 of these finished and FFO'd. And they've been finished in FFO'd since the 90s. I started this one in the 90s. This is from an issue of, see if I can get back to the cover. I've actually stitched a couple of things out of this issue of the magazine that this is Cross Stitching Country Crafts from 1988, and I've actually this magazine changed into Cross Stitch and Needlework, and then it went out of business, I think in 2016 maybe. I love this magazine. Anyway, this is the 3rd in a series, this with the fountain. I've actually already stitched and framed the Colonial Garden and the Victorian Garden, and this was the 3rd one. And of course, it's still here, still waiting for me. And that's how far I am on that. I know, say, Kelly, just finish it. Just finish it. Out of this magazine, I've even I had already even stitched and fully finished that horse for my daughter. I mean, I don't know what is wrong with me that I can't just finish this. Guess it's just too many other things. Okay, let's see what else is in here. Oh, this is the another thing I should be embarrassed about, and I should be finished. But of course I'm not. This is the Barbara Anna Designs. This is part 5 of A New World. And this is the Over the Sea part. See the ships? Yep. See, I like ships. What can I say? I started this when McKenna started a Facebook group for a stitch along on it many moons ago. And I'm doing this on linen also, which is part of the problem. Although this linen isn't difficult to stitch on. But that's how far I am with that. And again, it's just finish it, Kelly, finish it. Yep, someday. So that's that bag. I was doing some beading, so I have some thread that I had strung some beads on when I was varnishing them yesterday. And it seems to be wanting to go with everything else that I'm doing. Okay, so there is that bag. Now we'll go to this bag. This one has also got one of my cameo face pins on it that I sewed onto a button, like a coconut shell button that's been enameled, and then it has my face on it, or one of my face beads. And there is, let's see, oh, that was actually a finish. I have a finish in here. It's actually a fully finished. It was my Buzzing Around Biscornu. I wondered what happened to that. I was just looking for that not that long ago. Oh dear. My mother used to always say, you lose your head if it wasn't hooked on. And I have to agree. Alright, so this is Leaping Rabbit by the Cross-Eyed Cricket. This is a project I started for Easter. 2 years ago almost, year and a half ago. This is also on a piece of 14 count Aida that I dyed myself. And he's not that far from being done either. That's what he looks like. Sometimes I wonder if I just kind of lose interest. But I like him. I really would like to have him done for Easter, so hey, you know what? Maybe he'll be done for Easter. But that's all that was in that bag, so that one's done. Kind of sorting things into different piles as we go along. Oh, and this is my Halloween bag, which is made up of those woven placemats like the other bags, but I have one of my stuffed, stuffy pumpkin faces as the closure on this bag. Let's see. Ah, what do you know, Hade? This one is this is Leslie's Cats at Halloween by Leslie Ann Ivory, and it's charted by Hade by Michelle Sayetta. Oh my goodness. I'm trying to kind of cut down on the time this is taken, but this is really beautiful. And I'm doing this on 25 count antique white Lugana, and this is not gridded fabric. This is just white Lugana, and it's 1/1 full cross, and that's how much I have done on that. And this I actually restarted, so I really like this one. This has cats and pumpkins, and I mean, what's not to like? And then I have a lot of 13 for Halloween stitching that Cowgirl Kate Paints Aplenty did as a hashtag on Instagram in 2017. And this one is Halloween Pumpkin, and it's the cat and the pumpkin with the witch's hat. And this is how far I've gotten on that. I've got some of the border and the cat's face in. And that's also 14 count Aida that I dyed myself. And another 13 for Halloween start. Hanging out with my ghoul friends. Right. I have one crow almost in, and then it says hanging out up here. And that's also 14 count Ada that I dyed myself. And then also in that same bag is Wicked Night, which is a Sleepy Hollow type of a stitch. Also on, this is opalescent that I dyed myself, and this is what it looks like, and I am putting my own colors in here. I hope that you're enjoying seeing my whips on parade. I know that they're different than what most other people do, but then I'm kind of different. Let's see. And then here is another 13 for Halloween stitch. Most of my Halloween stitching is from 13 for Halloween. And this is Double Double by the Prairie Schooler. Use the floss, and that's what this looks like. This is also hand dyed, but it's also hand painted. I used some watercolors to hand paint the Ada over the tea dye, and then that's how far I've gotten. And the flame under the kettle is beaded with red and gold beads, and you can see the witch's shoes in there. And this one is another Prairie Schooler called Who's There? Right? Yep, Who's There? Also 13 for Halloween. Same kind of fabric. I didn't do any hand painting on this. I'm just doing the stitching, and that's how far I've gotten on that. And that's just coffee stained. See? And I'm not kidding when I say that I have enough to keep me stitching for the rest of my life, but that's not going to stop me. And then I also started Away We Ride for 13 for Halloween. This is the one that I said, all the windows in that house. Holy Toledo. I am not a big house stitcher, so that was a bit of a shock. And this is a fairly good size piece. And it's coffee stained. And this is how far I've gotten with that. I am changing colors. So that's my witch's house in the dark woods. And I've always liked this. It's Away We Ride till it's dark as pitch to find the home of a wicked witch. And then this is from a magazine, also for 13 for Halloween. I could stitch just from magazines for 100 lifetimes. This is called A Spirited Mandala by Tracy corner of ink circles. I love this chart. It is a quintessential Halloween chart. I'm doing it in 4245 of Coloris. Oh, there it is. And I'm doing it on 14 count Ada that I dyed myself. And this is where I am. This is from the Just Cross Stitch Halloween Collection magazine issue from 2011, if you're interested. And then, also for 13 for Halloween from 2017, is another Prairie Schooler, Misfortune. And I really had a good time with this one. Changed up the colors. As you can see, she's kind of, what, black, brown, and orange, and a little white. And for me, being colorful, this is what she is. She is purple, and green, and orange, and white, and black, and gold Krynic. Yep. Actually, I think I tried using the DMC metallic floss, and don't like stitching with it, but it looks okay on here. And then, where are they? I thought I started that. Maybe I didn't start this one. Uh-oh, I gotta start it. Okay, then last in this bag that I started is Knock Knock, which was also hashtag 13 for Halloween in 2017. And also from the Just Cross Stitch 2011. And this is what it looks like. Crow, black cat, pumpkin, rats. Definitely Halloween. I'm stitching this in Valdani, and it's called, what's this one called? Oh, Black Sea. And I love Valdani. That is beautiful floss. And it's just the cotton. This is also 14 count Ada that I dyed myself, and that's as far as I've gotten with them. You can see the cat, the pumpkin, the rats, and part of the crow. Okay, I guess my camera was saying it was time for me to take a break and pull out more stuff. So that was the end of that bag. I did start Halloweenies, and I did find the piece. So I can show you that. I did finish Jeans and Weenies. And so, let's see, when did I start it? Sometimes I write it on the back. I started it on October 17th, 2017 for New Year, New Start for Stitch Mania. And that's what Halloweenies looks like. It's a Plum Street Samplers design. And it is on a piece of, let's see if it still has the tag on it. I think this is a color and cotton fabric, and I don't know the name of it. Oh, color and cotton. I've got the tag. Hang on. This is called It just says it's the July 2017 club, and it's neutrals. Doesn't have a name. It's a really pretty mottled gray, though. And that's as far as I got. I got the central fire hydrant done. I do want to get back to this, too. Yet another one I would like to get to. See? Go back and look. You know, and everybody out there who does one project is saying, it's too confusing. Why do you do that? Do one project, get it over with. I get bored. It's nice to just have these, and then I can go back and pick them up as I want to, or not if I don't want to. That's kind of how I roll. And I also have a Satsuma Street, which I love. I have Pretty Little New York, and that is a great stitch. And Amanda, the Lazy Stitcher, has finished hers, and it is beautiful. And I can't remember when I started it. It, too, is pretty far along. I just need to keep stitching. Yep, keep on stitching. Because I have Pretty Little LA, and I have Pretty Little Washington, DC. All I have to do is stitch. Stitch and stitch and stitch and stitch and stitch. And let me do this one. This one I actually did last stitched in part of a Haid quarterly challenge, and this is a mini, and it's called Wizard. And for the challenge, this I'm doing in 10th stitch, so I had to do a page and a half. And I've buried my papers, so let's do it like this. And that's what this piece is looking like. And you can see the bird, and he's beautiful. Yep. So I will get back to him eventually. Also on gridded Ada. This might be 18 count. So I did win some free charts from Haid for completing that challenge, which is just what I needed. I may show you all the charts, all the full coverage charts I have at some point, but that won't be today. And then this is called Cheshire Cat. Also a Haid design, artwork by Sheila Rayanne. Really cool. This is one of those kind of black and white ones that only uses 16 colors. And I said, oh, 16 colors, I'm in. Yes, sir, I'm in. And let me see. I think that's this one over here. Hang on. I have it over here by my garden one. And that's how far I've gotten with this one. Yep. I like it. I like it a lot. It's a very fun thing to stitch. And then I also have my last pile on my table, so we should be good. Should be good. I also have Yellow Submarine by Blackbird Designs. I own almost all of this series of charts based on Beatles music. And I will show you where I am. That's how far I am with that. The kids are playing video games downstairs, so if you hear the commotion, it's good-natured. They're playing games. So I started this, oh, and that's Color and Cotton Oasis. Beautiful color. I started this using my own conversion threads, and then I decided I didn't like the brightness. I didn't like, it just wasn't as bright as I would have liked it. So I did go and buy the Guest. Some of them are sampler threads. Simply Shaker by the Gentle Arts, so Gentle Arts threads. And then another shade is the Witching Hour, which is in ornament size. I've seen lots of people finish this. I should be finished with this, but I am not. Nope, I am not. I'm past page 1, which is good. But, so I've got it out there, but that's how far I've gotten on Witching Hour. The art is by Lisa Parker. Love my cats. Yes, I do. Love full coverage. I just need to spend more time on one piece. Yes, I will admit that. And then here is another one from Stitchline. I don't have a picture of it, but I'm sure you'll be able to tell who it is. This is on a piece of 14 count Ada that I hand dyed myself, and it is BB-8. And I like this piece a lot. It has blended threads, so it's really pretty. And another shade. But I'm not sure where the piece is. So I'll put that aside and see if I come up with it. That is not started. Oh, and this is one that I bought. That's When I Am Old, I Want People Thinking, oh my God, what's she up to now? Woman with her little dog dressed in her colorful clothes. Now this one was frustrating. I stitched and stitched and stitched, and I got quite a bit done. And I'm stitching it on that vinyl that I found. And there is my meager start, because I ripped it all back out. You know? Sometimes you can't win for losing. And then, this is my Unicorn and the Princess. The piece is in here. We got it made. Okay, it is. This is out of Cross Stitch Myth and Magic. And it's Wizard, it's Angels, Dragons, Mermaids, Cherubs, Unicorns, and Fairies. And this is a piece of 14 count Ada that I dyed myself. It's Princess and the Unicorn. And that's what she looks like. So she's coming along. I don't know if I have the page marked so I can show you what she looks like or not. Oh, there she is. That's what she looks like. She's coming out of like a water, spraying water. And I did it on dark fabric, so it looks like she's coming out of the darkness into the light. At least that was my plan. And then this is a Mill Hill kit. It's a buttons and beads kit. And it's called Play Ball. And I'm doing it on a piece of leftover fiddler's cloth Ada, and that's how much I have done on that one. I think it's getting late. I think this is going to be too long. But I'll put it up because it's a good record for me too, to see how much I have. And then I have another piece that I'm working on out of a book that should have been done a long time ago, but maybe I'm just not really enjoying all that much. I think this is out of Bewitching Cross Stitch. It's called A Dancing Unicorn. And I don't have a picture of it here, unfortunately. But I think that's the top. That's what that looks like so far. I may surprise everybody. Just go back and finish these little things and get them out of my way. And then from X's and O's, I have a birth flower, and it's called August. And I have the crystal treasures for it. And that's what that looks like. It's poppies in a teacup with a spoon. And I'm just doing this on a piece of 28 count antique white Joblin. And I haven't gotten very far on this either. So I guess I'm going to have to come up with a plan on how to get back into these things and give them a few days and get some good progress on everything so that you can at least tell what it is I'm stitching. This one is Coffee Stitcher's design from 2017, and it's Some Days You're the House. And I think I started this for his birthday sale. Now this is also on Ada that I dyed myself. And you can see there I've got some of that ecru housing going in. I'm not a big house fan, but I wanted to support him and get his design. So that's what that is. And then here is another shameful one. But my kids are all grown, even my grandchildren are grown, so I don't know. Anyway, it's called I'd Rather Be a Mother. And it's a Leisure Arch chart. And it's a poem. And it's almost done. What can I say? It's almost done. It's just not a subject I'm not interested in anymore. I mean, I'm interested. I love my children and my grandchildren, but yep. I did all the words, the border's done. I just have to finish up in the picture with the teddy bear. That's probably another one from the early 90s. I need to finish them so I can stop showing them to people, right? Okay. And then I have another one that I started in Mania in 2017, and it's called Percy Pig. It's a Jim Shore Mill Hill, and if I ever get through Percy, I want to get the cow and the sheep to go with him. Let's see. And this is what Percy looks like. I'm doing him on the perforated paper that was included. And he's actually not bad to stitch, so. Maybe this will be my year of focus. Try to focus on something. My problem is I get focused and I get into full coverage, so I get started doing my full coverage stuff, and all of these little pieces kind of go by the way. Although I did have 20 finishes, so I can't complain. At least not too loud. I can complain. And then this is one that I started in Mania 2, and it's from a book, and it's called Make Mine an Old-Fashioned Christmas. And it's one I did and I didn't go back to. It needs to have snow put in, trees, a fence, a walk. And that's just a house. It's just a house. So then, one that I really want to get back to, and probably hang everything I just said about smaller pieces and finishing them. The piece I really want to get into and I really want to get some good work on is, let me see, I got to get to the bag. See if the picture's in here. And I think I may focus on this one for the 1200 Stitches in Full Coverage Fanatics, because that's what I was doing last year. I started out really well. I just didn't stick with it because I had Dragons of Sumatra and the Guardians of Notre Dame and a few other pieces that really called me and kind of distracted me from this. But it's in the garden shed. Irina Garmashova. It's a Haid, Heaven and Earth Designs. I love it. Let's see if I can get it out of here. Let's see. Is that, no, that's the back. Turn it around to the front. Oh my goodness. That's about how far I've gotten on this. And the thing about this one is you can see how big this is. And this is like going all the way over to where I started into the 6th page, and then I went back this way and I was trying to fill in more of page 1. There are 63 pages in this. It's a large format chart, which just means the grids are bigger. But if you look at this, all of this is basically this little bit right here. So it really needs more time. And I have another one, another Haid that I know I started, and I can't find the piece, so I am going to have to find it so I can continue to work on it. And I'm going to show it because I really love this one. It is simply meant to be. And it is Cherry Gerhardt, Mystic Moon, and it's done by charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. So, yeah, I don't have the piece for that one. It's here somewhere. Either that or I decided to start over. I don't know. So many things I decide to start over. Yeah. So that's my WIP Parade. I won't ever do a stash parade because we would be here for a week trying to see it all, because I have all kinds of kits. There is a sale coming up, and I think it might be Sunshine Stitchers. I'm going to start it maybe February 1st, and it's the Hobby Lobby clearance sale. And I have a lot of I'm trying to think what the first name is. Gouverneur. I bought a whole bunch of her kits. And one is America on white that I would like to do. But then when I say that, I also have Lady of the Flag memorabilia, and I have Queen of Freedom. And I have all of the reindeer for Christmas Eve couriers. And I have a bunch of flower ladies that I bought for the types of flowers that are in my garden here from memorabilia. I have a lot. So now you've seen what I've started, and I still plan to start evening rehearsals today. So yeah, that'll be in my next video. Right now, I hope I hope you found this interesting, not too scattered and strange. I've enjoyed going through my stuff, and it's made me realize I have a lot of stuff here I need to finish. So, until my next video, God bless, be well. Always be kind and courageous, and keep it colorful. Thanks for joining me. God bless. And Happy New Year. Be safe.